We are live 364 days a year. What are we doing here?
If Dom turns at SummerSlam, I'm shaving my moustache off. I've told you, if that happens, it's going. My lip is cold because of a stupid bet that I made with YouTube.
Oh, good.
Wrestle's better than Daniel Bryan Daniels. Better than Okada.
How do you not get sushi after Monday Night Raw?
What is going on, everybody? We are back once again with another edition of Wrestling Republic's Off the Air. It's Tuesday night, June 24th. We got the full crew in the building, too. I'm fired up. And because I'm fired up, I'm going to give y'all the full intros. Up first, I'm going to send this one right across the nation. I'm on the West Coast. He's on the East Coast. The other side. They call it the DMV. It's not where you go to get a new driver's license, though. It's Delaware, Maryland, Virginia. It's the DMV.
No, it's not Delaware, Maryland, Virginia. What? It's
What is
DC, Maryland, Virginia, bro.
I messed it up. Okay. Either way, get your twos up. It's a Tuesday Night Delight.
Oh
He's
my
here.
God. Talk about botching an intro.
What a whiff.
What my boy Big Ann at? Anyways, man, it's your boy Shad Talks Grass. Good to be back, man. I wasn't on last week's show. Don't listen to Clark when you talk about DMV stuff. You want to talk about the DMV, you talk to myself. Talk about my boy. You all can talk to Big Ann. You know what I'm saying? We both from the 703 VA, Northern VA, the best part of VA. And yeah, man, we back NXT. And I got a bone to pick because, whoo, Sean, I'm about to sweet chin music your skull like on some MK stuff. You're gonna see the the x-ray of the like the bones cracking at your face. How you doing, my girl Tatum Paxton? Because got a bone to pick, in the words of Kendrick says. But let's get into it.
I'm not going to lie, dude. I'm totally rattled. What a whiff. Out of the gates? Come on, man. I know. But there is somebody we should believe in. And he's here too. There is somebody we should believe in. I'm going to send it to Louisville, Kentucky next. And I can't possibly mess that up. Can I, Driz?
Good morning, afternoon, and evening. It's the guy you should believe in. It is your boy Dryzzy, and no, I ain't from Delaware. that one tickled me. Delaware. Geographically, that's impossible. But it's your boy Dryzzy, the wrestling plug. You don't know what to watch. I got you. Y'all see my girls running in the end of it? You see my girls running at the end of the show? I love seeing them at the end of the show. I love seeing Jada and Lash. And even Izzy. Izzy was a pleasant surprise in this match. I love it. I love it. Let's get into it.
In my defense, Drizzy, I am no geographer. But
Clearly.
Woof. Probably need to buy a map or maybe look one up. I don't know. I guess our cell phones have maps now. But I don't look at it often enough, obviously. Let's get into today's show, though.
I'll give everybody a lesson one of these days about what's.
Yeah, we'll talk about states and stuff. It'll be great.
You know what? It's not even all of Virginia and all of Maryland. Like, it's the metropolitan area. It's anything that you can get metro access to in Northern Virginia, Maryland, and of course DC. You get metro access all around. DC.
The worst part is, as soon as it came out of my mouth, I was like, "Whoa, it's DC." And then, like, you were so far ahead of me, I was just already dead in the water. I was just like, well, it's time to the ground now. Like, I was like, oh, no. Like, I didn't even give myself time to correct myself.
Bro.
I was like,
only time we go to Delaware is
it don't sound right.
Yeah,
I was like, you know what? I think I messed that one up.
Delaware, like 3 hours from me.
Hey, that's close.
Yeah, that's like
whoa. Give me a little credit there. At least
no, all of them are like all of them are right here. That's up there.
Not close enough. I was moving.
Like they are like
I was out here playing Risk.
They're like a day triple.
I mean, like I wouldn't even consider like Richmond or Virginia Beach part of the DMV.
No. That's whoa. That's fair. Wait, wouldn't that
Yeah,
be way south?
yeah. It's
I do
more.
know that
It's
geography. I feel
Northern
like
Virginia, is DC, and then it's like part of Maryland that's close to DC, but like Baltimore, Richmond, they don't want to be called the DMV. Big Goot.
fair. Don't let them have it. That they can't have it.
Yeah, man. Big
It's
Goot.
not even allowed.
You know, the biggest Goot, Jiggle Yang. You know,
What is going on here?
more.
Shut! Did you just become like Gen X or Z or which is the bad one again?
That's how they.
Which is
That's
the
how they.
one that with the
That's how they talk in Baltimore, dummy.
Baltimore? Baltimore is good, by the way. Okay, we got a bunch of comments here. Let's read them really fast, just because I mean Bobby's got his twos up.
Jesus, we went crazy with it.
Yeah, I know, this is a great intro. Look at Bobby. Bobby is here. Fernando is here. We've got everybody good here. Everybody's here. We got all the good comments.
It was good.
Let's get into the show though. Let's talk about that fatal 4-way main event. Jordan Grace, Jada Parker. Is he name? Lash. I can't even speak today. Lash Legend. I'm so thrown.
Respect on
Dang
her
it, Shoddy. Freaking Delaware got me again. Shout out to Briscoes. Either way, though, Jordan Grace, the juggernaut, picks up the victory, moving along. I love that. I'm going to go to you first, Shot. I'll talk to you about this next, Triz. Talk to me about it, Shotty.
Yeah, I thought this was a very fun main event, and I thought this was a very fun match. This was, they say, big, meaty women slapping meat. I don't know if that I could say that, but these were three powerhouses going against each other, and it was like legitimately clash of the titans. Like you just saw every brute strength, athleticism go into full effect, and the best women tried to win the match. And I thought a lot of the moves that Lash Legend, like even though she didn't win, I think Lash Legend had won in my mind just how amazing she looked. You know, going into this transition, not being part of a tag team anymore, losing her faction, I think she solidified herself to be a potential big time player as a singles competitor. But yeah, Jordan Grace comes out with the victory. Jordan Grace is one of the best women's wrestlers bell for bell in the entire world. Like the stuff that she does, being so like short but being so strong is crazy. She's just scrappy, going out there looking for the biggest dog in the yard and just punching him in the face. You know what I'm saying? Calling her shots and going in and becoming that number one contender. I am excited, man. Evolution 2 is a PLE that should be a bigger deal, even though it is a big deal, but I feel like the buildup of it should be a bigger deal. But the fact that we are having a big time NXT Women's Championship match on a all women's PLE, that's big time and that's major. And for someone like Jordan Grace, who has been top of the game in another promotion, coming over here, it seems like she's not skipping a beat as well, going against a great vet in JC Jane, who is our champion. I'm super excited for it. I think they're going to wheel out a great match. But let me say one thing, because this is the most important thing, and y'all knew it was coming. What in the blue hell are we doing with Tatum Paxley? Why are we having a custody battle for Tatum Paxley with two things that I highly dislike on NXT? One, the Ultimate Warrior's illegitimate child, Zarya. And two, the worst faction of all pro wrestling, the Culling. This is like the Cleveland Browns and the New Orleans Saints going in a bidding war for Saquon Barkley or somebody. I don't know. You know, this is like the Washington Wizards and the Utah Jazz trying to sign a bidding war for SGA. Like nobody out of these two are going to benefit someone like Tatum Paxley. She would benefit these both trashes, but I don't want to see two garbage, trash, pure filth trying to take my girl Okay, not my girl like that, but my girl figuratively as a pro wrestler. Like, this is not fair to Tatum Paxley, and it's frustrating because we opened up so many slots for her to potentially gain some momentum. But what are we doing here, huh? Like, why does she have to be in this weird pecking order? Why can't she be a prime time player? I, I'm just absolutely disgusted. And Shawn Michaels, bruh, you gonna have to run me my fade.
I did not mean to cut you off there because it's probably the first time in my entire life I've ever pump faked a camera cut. Like, I was so close, and then you went into the Tatum thing, and I was like, I don't even know when to let this stop, but it has to go.
No, it's good. It's good. It's good. I
Here's the
just
thing, Shoddy. I think you're correct. That's the weirdest part. Like, you're so spot on. It's like Gretzky. It's not the Oilers and the Kings. It's the wrong hockey team. Like, it's just like the whole thing is a mess. And as much as we obviously love Tatum Paxley, we need the best for her when it comes to what's next. And
yeah.
it doesn't really look like that. And I am in agreement. I will say also, Aunt, you official friend of the show, member of the show as well, over on Instagram mentioned Zara is just Zaria is just a swollen
Bro, I'm sorry. Zaria
Jojo
is like
Siwa.
she
Is what he
is
said. I'm sorry, I can barely choke that out.
bro,
She's
Zaria
just a soul Jojo Siwa.
Zarya is like
That's
one
the
of the
comment.
most overhyped mid that they could ever bring to the NXT women's division. Like, I've given it so much time. She doesn't do anything that should be in the top of the division. Like, there's so many women on that roster that I would pick above her. Like, I get it. She has all this cool face paint and stuff and whatnot, but like, she's I mean, she's an anchor putting down Sol Ruka low key. Like, Sol Ruka should be the North American champ freely defending that title. That's the workers' title. She is an exceptional worker. Why would we have her in this
Wrestling.
makeshift tag team? It makes no sense. Just so we can have the storyline for them. I don't care.
I'm so with you. Also, Delta should just still be the name.
I don't like Delta Airlines.
I I don't know. I'm kind of torn there. They've been pretty good to me.
I'm with them. I'm just joking.
I like United and American as well. We like all the airlines. I even like Southwest. But
I like all planes that
wait, did you just freeze, Driz?
Yeah, you froze.
You
think I
froze.
did.
Literally. Which planes do you like?
I like all planes that don't go boom. The ones that don't
Yes.
go boom.
Got him. That's
That make it
in
to
the
their
interest of
destination. I love
fairness.
those. You gotta love those planes.
The ones that land. I'm with you.
Yes.
1,000%. Those are the best ones. I will toss this to you, but if you keep having technical difficulties, we'll figure that out later. But I am gonna ask you basically the same question I just asked Shots.
Ooh, let's see. I gotta say, I agree with Shad 100%. Last major standout in this match. She's been a monster, booked as a monster as long as she has been in the ring, and tonight she just seemed to stand out so much more. I want to say also, I also want to put a little bit of a spotlight on Jada Parker. She had you watching her grow from that breakout tournament as just going from being just another pretty face to somebody who has a unique move set that just grabs everybody. All her moments go viral. Tonight, she showed she could sell. She showed that she can get in the ring and she can tell a story with her body. She can sit there and take moves and make moves look devastating. There was a couple of punches and a couple of kicks that Jada took tonight that just top tier selling. And then the end of it, she took everybody's finisher. She took some type of move from every single person, from Izzy, Jordan, and Lash, all within a good 60 seconds. And yes, she was pinned, but bad, but it makes her. It still makes her have to be strong. She's still one of the top. She's still top five in that women's division, the best division in wrestling. It's one of the top five. So yes, she got pinned, but she still is showing how good she is in that ring. do not be surprised if she is not. She didn't get this one, but do not be surprised. She's going to be in the main event scene of that women's division for a little bit until she leaves to go up to the main roster.
Dude, you're spot on.
Like
100%. Like when it comes to Jada too, what has been the only criticism outside of this show? We haven't quite done that like everybody else, but what has been the only criticism of Jada Parker? Like, oh, does she sell enough? Right? The in-ring work. Everyone knows what she's capable of on the microphone. Everyone knows how charismatic she is. And all of that. You broke it down perfect. 3. Sorry. I gave up math and I'm doing it again. But 3 finishers, right? I mean, and perfectly sold.
Yeah, she took out 3.
Arguably the best professional wrestler in the ring. We're talking about a ring filled with Jordynne Grace. And that is not a knock on Jordynne. I'm just saying, in tonight's Fatal 4-Way, correct me if I'm wrong there, who was the standout? Jada Parker.
Lash was a standout.
Maybe Lash.
Jordynne.
Maybe
snuck
Lash.
out of that.
I don't know. I like Lash and Jordynne a little bit more than her tonight, but I think she did great. Mm-hmm.
Given the selling, though, there had to be somebody in there.
So I don't think anybody did bad tonight. Let me preface that.
True.
And even Izzy was really good tonight.
Yeah, by the way, I didn't even say Izzy's name. That's a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. But I don't know. I might get rid of Brooks Jensen made her look 10 times better.
Yeah.
She just needs to get out of that whole team because they suck.
Yeah.
I mean, she can keep Sean Spears,
including Bullrog.
Make Sean Spears her permanent manager.
Okay. Also, I do want to go over to the Instagram comments because I haven't been reading them very well lately. But with the new internet updates, we get to see them again more often. We've got Finn Tart 1. Hello from Australia. Monster shout out. Big love to Australia. But Tink 2254 is back. Longtime fan of the show. He's been around since the early days. He said, hello, guys, a long time. He also added, he agrees about Zarya. Total head scratcher when it comes to her in NXT so far. And I agree. Like, I hate to say that. I'm not trying to. I
get hate so recently I've become like the ultimate villain. I talk good about Mercedes Moné. Apparently, I'm like a fanboy, and I talk bad about Tegan Knox because obviously Tegan Knox has some big fan base that Ben has created under the woodworks. I'm the ultimate bad guy because people are just enamored about high quality mediocrity that we have to be so nice about them. And Zarya is part of that. She's the epitome of mediocrity when we talk about wrestlers on NXT. And we are being force-fed a dish that we don't like. This isn't even like applesauce with the medicine where it gets a little bit palatable. This is like just raw dogging a shot of like Robitussin to the head, bro. You don't like it. So
I had the camera cut because the intensity level just raised. Shot. That was wild. I hear where you're coming from.
Robitussin gets it done, but damn.
Like, shoot, bro.
Bro, like, I don't want her to try to, like, why is she stealing? Why are you kidnapping people? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, kidnapping is totally illegal.
They literally did just kidnap somebody and just walk off. And Izzy didn't do nothing to stop it. And Izzy did not do anything to stop it. She's just as bad. I'm calling the social workers.
Seriously, man.
We're calling.
It's just a quick phone
free
call.
table.
All right. Let's talk about Trick Williams and Josh Briggs real quick.
We talked about the only thing that was good on the show, guys. So be happy.
I know. We did our best. Hey, we gave you 20 minutes of the best match of the show. At the same time,
give it up, Ayo, as usual. Give it up to the ladies.
You know what? Pat ourselves on the back, guys. That was pretty good.
Women winning, women doing it again.
We really dialed it in there.
And that's the thing, bro. You noticed it. Today's
And I can
episode,
definitely talk about the women.
I'll be real. Today's episode was very and it was because 90, like, what I'm not good with numbers, but you know, majority of it was like men's matches. Really?
It was a lot of dudes.
Yeah.
There's pretty much no debating that, I would say. It was mostly dudes. It was like it was one of those parties, you know.
For sure.
Like you show up and you're like, shoot.
Sausage party.
Like good guys. I guess we're gonna play beer pong.
Yeah.
Right? Like oh shoot. I guess we're just gonna play like dice or beer pong and call it a night.
but let's talk about our TNT. Wow, TNA.
Yeah. Let's talk about the TNT champion from AEW. This is
Adam Cole, baby. Wait, Adam Cole ain't here.
I was trying to think who the TNT champion was for a second. I forgot.
I have a hard time doing
Adam Cole, baby.
Baby.
Well, he's a
NXT legend. NXT legend.
Yeah, he is. NXT legend.
Very forgettable TNT champion, but NXT legend.
That's not his fault.
Total NXT legend. I would say
on TBS.
No doubt about that. We got Trick Williams, though, defending not the TNT title, the TNA title against Josh Briggs. I'm excited about it. I was excited about it. Josh Briggs is okay. It's just too much Diet Scott Hall for me. I don't know. Drizzy, I'm going to go to you first on this one. What were your thoughts on the match?
Josh Briggs and Trick Williams. Josh Briggs is kind of living in the same place as Austin Theory. They're kind of cut from the same. They're almost two of the same coin. He can put on great matches and everything, but there's just something about what he's doing right now that is not captivating. And tonight he was basically fed to Trick Williams. Trick absolutely is on fire. He just needed a body for the night, and Josh Briggs got to be that body. I did not expect to see Josh do too much with him, but Trick is on fire right now. So there's no stopping that train. Trick Williams has been on fire since getting that belt, and he's the face. He's the face of two companies now, NXT and TNA. Josh, you're gonna have to go back and cheer your man's on, because like right now you're just not doing anything that's exciting. I need you to go back to the evolved Josh Briggs, or even the Josh Briggs that had match of the year with Obafemi a couple of years ago. I don't know what it is, but being in this tag team with my guy from Noah,
Inamura.
I was like, the name was leaving me.
Triz,
but being in the tag team,
Yoshi,
bro, that match was 1 year ago. Only you and I watched it.
Yeah,
we watched it in the morning. I was a little hungover.
I was drunk on a boat.
I know you were too. It was sick. It wasn't that the Stone Cold Steve Austin day. It was dope.
Yeah.
You hit the full blown the whole deal. It was.
I need him to be. I need him to get out of this tag team. I feel like him being in this tag team is holding that anchor that we were just talking about for so. That's kind of how I feel about Josh Briggs. He's in his tag team, and the tag team is anchoring him down. My man's broke up from Brooks Jensen. He should be in singles matches, putting on matches of the year like he was doing last year. He's capable of doing.
I'm with you. The guy's like 6'6" and as good as anybody. He's got a great lariat. He's got all of everything going for him. It's weird. This is one thing that's interesting, and I want to ask you real quick about this, Shotty. When it comes to Josh Briggs, bro, like this guy has been around. He's good in the ring. We know that, right? Country boy, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. Great at the character when it comes to that. What is missing? Why can't we figure it out? Because it feels like the narrative about him is that he's good on TV and we never get the payoff. So I don't understand if it's a booking problem or if it's a Josh Briggs problem. That's the hardest part for me, Driz, too. Like, right? Like, it just doesn't make sense. I don't know, Shotty. What do you think about that?
I mean, it really depends. You have to have a vision for him, and I don't think NXT or the WWE has like a forthright vision to see what he is. Like you mentioned, the guy's capable of having great matches. Like, just he's a big dude. Like, he's a big, strong, big guy. You know, athletic as hell. Can do all that you need to do at that size. But I think there's a disconnect on the character. I don't think he has a character that is captivating for them to want to push. And that's not his fault. I don't think it's anything he's not able to garner. I think you, as a booker, need to help create that character and help allow that guy develop into it. But they've kind of just put him in like that, like holding pattern. They've put him as a perennial tag guy, the big guy who works the tag, the hot tag guy. And it's one of those cases where he's gotten lapped by his tag team partner in this time away. Like Yoshi Inamura, as we'll talk about, is in position to becoming the number one contender for the NXT champion. The fans like him better. He has a sense of charisma that people latch onto. I don't think Briggs has that where the fans want to latch onto it. It's one of those things where I don't know if it will come in the WWE or NXT, or like he's just one of those guys where I was like, it's like Austin Theory, right? Like, he's really good at wrestling. He's got a sense of like, you know, being able to do his job well. But like, are you ever going to be more than that?
You know what?
Yeah.
You look the part, but like,
I got
are
it.
you the part?
I love this comment from Fernando and Driz. I'm not trying to cut you off here too because you're up next here, but Briggs can be a huge star in the right situation and storyline. I love that comment. I think so too.
I don't know.
So I think I figured it out. They know, so when you just put up the Austin Theory thing, I think they know who they are in the ring wrestling wise, but knowing who you are in ring and knowing who you are character wise are two different things. And I
Sure.
think that's what it
Mhm.
is.
Yeah, he doesn't know who he is character wise. He's beat himself, and himself is just not.
I don't even think that's. I don't even think that's him. I don't think he's like a big country guy like that. Like he might. Yes, he looks the aesthetic,
He's not
but
that
I don't think
country.
he is. I
Might
don't
not
think he
be right.
is.
I don't think that's what he's like at home. To Drizzy's point, actually, I agree with that. Right? Like that's not who he
No,
is.
they definitely like. But see, that's the thing. Like, that's like, it's like that's like the cool thing nowadays, right? Like, people really are into this whole like a lot of like the country esque stuff is like really popular. Everybody wants to be like Morgan Wallen,
Post
and
Malone.
like that, like Post
That's
Malone,
right.
right? Like, that's like being like a country. No, it's real. Like, even like with rappers
No,
and
it
stuff, like
is.
people,
It's a thing.
people want to be like country stars. It's got like its own nuance to it, and that's like, I mean, I didn't get to talk about her a lot because, and she wasn't on the show today, but like the whole stuff with Mariah May copying the whole like, you know, Sabrina Carpenter pop girl stuff. Like, you gotta, like, sometimes people ain't being them, like, you're trying to copy a formula of what's popping too much, and it comes off unorganic, you know.
That is so spot on, Shotty. I am with you there. It's not genuine
Yeah,
in any way, right? It's not legitimate,
And
for lack of a better phrase.
And you see it in the
right?
And you see it in the characters.
Yeah, like you can tell the difference.
Even go back to the Jada. It works when you see a Jada, Lola, Lash,
Yes.
Javon, Trick, Oba. Like they're all themselves, and it comes off the screen.
Feels organic.
Let Josh be himself, and let's see how much it changes.
I think that's totally fair. Let's move on to the next one because this one's real interesting. I want to get into this. Obviously, Javon Evans, we all love. He's bouncy. We love him. Right? Okay. We've also got Obafemi, though, and Inamura in a promo segment here. I think we all reacted the same way at first. A little disappointed. Like, was that what we wanted? I don't know. Right? When we watched it live. But at the same time, honestly, Oba was really good on the mic. In hindsight, I feel like in hindsight, it's always 2020. It was better now, the more I've thought about it, than it was at the time. One thing I'm fascinated by, though, Jasper Troy wasn't going to go away on tonight's show.
Yeah.
Multiple appearances. Easy work when it comes to Jasper Troy. And I got to ask you both about this one because we've got multiple talents involved. We just discussed very similar circumstances and all kinds of things like this. I mean, heck, we talked about whether the Jasper Troy finisher is more inspired by Boss Man or Abyss pre-show. I got to ask you about the same question. I'm going to start with Driz first just because I'm going to keep it in order as best I can. I'm trying to be more organized as a host, guys. I hope. Is it working or no? I don't know. I'm not very good at it.
Jasper Troy. You know what? I absolutely hate the way they do game, like the reality show winners in wrestling. They build them up to be these big stars and then instantly send them just to the lowest of low. We've seen it with Maven. We've seen them try to do it with Miz, and Miz was able to build himself back up. They did it with Morrison, and Morrison was able to build himself back up. And the countless names that aren't even in wrestling anymore. They're treating Jasper Troy different, and I love it. Jasper Troy came in like a ball of fire, went straight to the top of the mountain, looked the king of the jungle in his face, and punched him in the mouth, and then took him to the limits. I absolutely love that. And then instead of going with the formula that they normally do of sending them back down to the bottom of the mountain to try and fend for themselves again, they're not letting him just go. They're like, oh hell no. I know I can beat him. And he got in the face of not only Obafemi, but Javon Evans, who most likely would be one of the top contenders for the belt. Jasper Troy is being treated like a star, and when you are in those things like LFG and stuff, that's what you're building. You're building your next big star. So it makes sense for them to constantly be in your face like that. And I absolutely love that. Please, Shawn Michaels, keep it up. Do not sit there and fall into the normal tropes of WWE and then they just disappear into obscurity.
I am so with you when it comes to this because Jasper Troy, first off, the reality show aspect, right? We got the Miz out of a reality show. That's reality, right? Actually, two if you do the math. Right. There's real world and then Tough Enough. He did the double whammy. But Jasper Troy, the amount of eyeballs on LFG versus the NXT product is fascinating. I did not actually realize the size of the reach, and I'm not talking about arm length when it comes to Jasper Troy. I really did not understand fully until I looked into it. So I do really appreciate the effort tonight. One thing I will say, though, got to change the outfit. I don't know. I do got to get your opinion as well, Shoddy. What were your thoughts on Jasper Troy, as well as everything we saw when it comes to that segment?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think he made a statement tonight. I think he's going for peers that are at the top of the food chain. Obviously, you look at someone like Javon Evans getting a victory, and then the first plan of action is going straight for him, attacking him, and making a statement, and then Inamura, Oba having their promo exchange, which I really enjoyed on both counterparts, but attacking Inamura and setting himself up for a number one contender match. This is the right way to bring in a new talent, and this is the right way to kind of develop somebody like him and putting him right on the forefront. I think the exposure with LFG is very beneficial. It gives you a reason to want to keep following him because you see the potential that they saw, rubbing elbows with legends like Undertaker, Booker T, Bully Ray, Mickey James, being able to go ahead and winning that and then coming on to the NXT. Like, this is important, and he makes you feel like he is important. And to me, I think the best thing that they did is not letting him be done with Obafemi. I think you give yourself the idea that, hey, this guy could be the one who could be the big bad wolf that can take it away from Oba. He can be the void that fills Obafemi when he does leave NXT and goes to the main roster. So he looks the part. I agree. I think his ring gear is stupid, but to me, I feel like he could be one of the biggest heels on the NXT roster. Like, I think he's got that. Like, he's very badass. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I
if you watch
really
LFG
appreciate the
too,
work.
mm-hmm.
I think it's amazing, right? Like, he is no joke. I'm with you on the ring gear. We've talked about this, right? But dude, this guy is a star, right?
Yeah.
And that's the F in the Future Stars and Legends. We got 2 segments left, though. Let's get them through that. We can't have Shoddy yawning mid-show.
I got a
I'm
5-month-old
gonna
baby.
wake you up right now. Watch
talk
this,
about it.
Shad. It's my time. Ricky Saints versus Ashanti the Adonis. I told you it sucked. I knew it would suck. Everything about it sucked. Not only that, Ricky Saints, not that good. Ashanti the Adonis, probably better. At the same time, Ethan Page, Diet Scott Hall, has to put his little grummy nose in this. So he's got his grubby fingers all over the match. We can't even get a match. I told Ben to put it on a poster. We never got that poster. We don't need the poster. There was no reason for it. Ricky Saints did not go to the promised land. I love NXT, but it is a proving ground. It is not the place to go and land on a soft cushion. And that's what Ricky Saints has done since he's been in NXT. And I'll put my name on that every day of my life. That's just an absolute fact. Ricky Saints thought he was landing on the soft, cushy one, right? We all know it's Ricky Starks. We know who we're talking about. This is a joke. The match was a joke. Ethan Page is a joke. The rivalry's a joke. And not only that, Ricky Saints has never been a babyface, never should be a babyface, and he's not even good at that. And that's what I thought of tonight's match. Let's bring it back to your regularly scheduled program.
You got anything to say, Drizzy?
Yeah, tell me how you feel about that.
You hear anything? I didn't hear much.
So let's get this. Really? All that? You really believe that?
Yes,
bro.
sir.
Let me talk to you real quick, bro. You was talking breezy last week about Ashanti the Adonis, making it seem like it was some, detriment to being a match with Ashanti the Adonis. Ashanti the Adonis, the capital THE Adonis, is better than anybody you are a fan of, Clark. That man got more Riz than the Rizzler, all right? He is the Fresh Prince of NXT. And the fact that Ricky got to grace that stage against him, he should be honored. So let's not disrespect Ashanti the Adonis, all right? That's all I got to say.
Okay, in the interest of fairness, that was pretty cold. I like it. I will say Bobby Petito's got my back here. Diet Coke Page. He's got me on Ethan Page. Shoddy, what am I supposed to do with that? That's a win. I get it. But I'm telling you, man, that guy bugs me. I don't like him. I don't like Saints. I love Cajun food too.
He does his job very well. He keeps you hating. If you ain't hating, he ain't doing.
And
So that means
Driz,
he's doing a great job.
I'm gonna toss it to you for a second here, because why hasn't he turned heel yet?
Why hasn't Ricky Saints turned Page turned
Yes.
heel?
Yes.
Ethan Page is the top heel in NXT.
No, Ricky Saints.
Oh, Ricky Saints. Honestly, there's not a need for him to be heel. Honest to God, I don't think there needs to be he doesn't need to be heel right this moment. We know he can do that. Right now, let's see if we can make him into a big face, which he's shown he can do that too from in his days in NWA. I know not a lot of people were watching back then, but he is capable of doing these things. And as far as the match goes, I don't think it was bad. I don't think they got enough time. I said last week that Ashanti would sit there and this would be his coming out party, him getting to show what he can really do in this ring. But one of the top guys in NXT right now, Ricky Saints definitely is locked into a story that he's got. You get these weeks where you're not gonna get to see the full everything of what he can do, but Ricky is showing he can be. We know we know once he turns on that heel lever, he
Okay.
will heal it up probably more than Ethan Page.
Yeah. But that's what I want. I think that's why I'm so upset. To be honest, I think that's why I'm so upset. Is Ricky Saints is not a good guy. And I'm tired of it. Sick of the like, oh my gosh, he came up from AEW, so we love it. Right? He jumped ship. Stop it. Ricky Saints is the best bad guy in the game when he's on his game. That's what bothers me.
You know what the issue is though, and I'll be honest with you. I think it could be said about him and it could be said about Mariah May. I think the fact that the WWE, like this, I've been saying this from the beginning of time. Just because you get fan reaction doesn't mean you have to be a babyface. Okay?
Bang bang, choo choo train.
That's the gist of it. In 2025, fans can be fans of wrestlers that they like, and they can appreciate that being a heel. Ricky Saints, I agree, is not naturally a babyface. So we like Ricky Saints, and we became fans of Ricky Saints for the work he did as Ricky Starks as a heel. No, you was bro. Stop it.
You was out there like this.
That was out of pocket. I'm joking.
I used to do a Throwback Thursday show with this fool, and he was always glazing Ricky Starks as a promo and a wrestler prior to it. And it's the same thing with Mariah May too. Don't let this jump over here have him fool you. He likes to respect the wrestlers, but I don't disagree. I think you have to put why would you? It's like signing a star player and moving them out of position. You know what I'm saying? Like you got someone that plays their role so well in a scheme, and then you just completely change the scheme, or you put them on a different side of the field or a different side of the court. Like it's one of those things.
So I played that. Let's play around for a second. I'm saying. But did y'all expect Ethan Page to come in and just be this top heel out of nowhere?
Yes.
You had to expect that.
I still think Ethan.
No, wait.
Ethan and Ricky are different.
I think there's a different pecking order because
yeah.
And by the way, let's make this the last topic for the night.
Let's take this one home.
No,
but the only thing that kind of is a little screwy about this is I don't know how we get really positive about the last segment.
Ethan Page. I think Ethan Page going to NXT was not a signing of a magnitude where it's like, oh, we picked up Ethan Page. I think he signed there to truly develop, and I think that's what happened. He went to NXT to develop. I think someone like Ricky Starks doesn't really need development. He's a known commodity signing to the WWE. It's just that there's not a lot of there's not a lot of seats available on the main roster.
Well, he's
so they
just
didn't want
not
him
as
to
good
kinda
as
get
Jade Cargill, is what I've been saying the whole time. He's just not as good. So
at
obviously,
what as a wrestler.
Wow.
no,
Wow.
just he's just not as good. You know, like it's just no. I don't no specifics, Shad. Just he's
I
just not
think-
as good.
Well, Jay Cargill is a bigger star than him for sure. So is the Lucha Brothers. They're
Exactly.
bigger stars than him
Yeah.
too.
Way better.
But he's still a like I don't know. It's gonna look
I'm
bad
totally
because
joking, Sean.
no, I mean
Like,
it's a
can of
fair
worms.
statement. It's a fair statement. It's one of those
I'm
cases.
joking, but kind of serious.
I mean, bro, he was having a feud with like the likes of with MJF, CM Punk, and he's coming to NXT. You know, and I don't disagree with that. It
He
is
got real mad
definitely
at Edge.
well, Edge is a clown.
It's fair.
Ah.
He got real mad about it though.
Edge disrespected him. I can't tell a man not feel like you got disrespected.
No, I thought he did a good job. He was chippy in there. He was nice. It was good.
Edge was being a little baby about it too.
I agree. My point
Yeah.
is though, he got upset about it.
Look,
Wasn't-
Edge think he 35. He jumping off cages and breaking his bones, bro.
The
He need to relax too.
ankles and stuff.
Yeah, you 50 plus, bro.
Yeah,
Relax.
he predated Halliburton when it came to ankle
Yeah.
injuries. Like, I guess that's an Achilles. That's mean.
The craziest thing
Monster
ever
shout
is
out.
that the craziest thing is that Dominic Mysterio made Judgment Day better than what Edge had made Judgment Day. I never in my life would have thought
This is
that.
the guy that created it.
Yeah, big ups to Dirty Dom, bro.
Big.
Yeah.
Honestly, I saw him on a golf cart in Vegas after night 2. And it was so funny because I was like, "What's up, Dom?" And one of the coldest one-liners I've heard in a long time. He just looked me dead in the eye and he goes, "It's cool, you know my name." I was like, "What?"
He's mad funny, bro.
I was like, "What was that?" That is
He's-
not what I expected.
Bro, he's mad
But
funny.
respect.
I saw a clip of him on a podcast. They were like shooting jokes. He told a dude straight up, he's like, man, you really gonna talk to me with your feet dangling on a chair? You so short. I was like, oh my god.
He's like, "Whoa, dude!" Like, no,
That's
he
funny.
freaking like, we're like all displaced too because everybody getting out of the venue was difficult. Like, we're all like, we're on the wrong street looking. I'm looking at my phone like for directions and stuff, and he's just there on a golf cart, Intercontinental title over the shoulder. And I was like, "Oh, Dom, good job!" And he just, I mean, it was ice cold.
Yeah.
Like, "It's cool, you know my name." I was like, "Whoa, that's intense." Okay, speaking of intense, though, let's talk really quickly about this final one because the
Let's do it.
intensity level didn't really deliver for us here. It was Tony D and Stax, and it surrounded a Heritage Cup that we really aren't that stoked about. And then also you had Crucifino, like the cornerman situation, like all the family stuff. But what in the wide world of sports are we doing here? What in the
man.
wide world of sports
Hey,
are we doing
man.
here?
You want to talk about completely
There's a
getting me
lot
not to
going
care
on.
about a good storyline, bro?
I'm
They
going to
did
you. I was going to go to Driz. I'm going to you, Sean.
You want to talk about them just completely butchering a storyline that was long lasting with the faction? This is what we have, man. The Heritage Cup, the Italian heritage, they try to bring it in. Let's get rid of it. We don't need it no more. You don't have the level of, in-ring workers that haven't got played out in these matches for us to care anymore. It's time to get rid of the Heritage Cup. And it is time to have a long conversation about what we are going to do with the family, because I truly could see zero potential in the main eventer than I have in Stax. Stax has the believability of a I don't know, a dog trying to act like it's a cat or something like that. Like, you ain't gonna sell me a ticket on him being some big time person. And this is my fear with the NXT men's roster, is the fact that besides the couple guys at the top of the pecking order, they lack a true division. And they have been trying to give us guys like Stacks that are to be these next up and coming guys. You got these dudes that are hanging out with him. Like, there's nothing believable about it. There's nothing that makes me want to watch it. There's nothing about Stacks as a wrestler that
It's not
has
stacked
me.
enough.
It's
If you're
not
gonna
stacked
call
enough.
yourself Stacks, there's no stack.
Yeah, Luca Crucifino looks like Tony
Way doper.
D'Angelo if he like, you know, I don't know, like took a shower. I don't know.
Went to law school. Went to law
Yeah,
school.
more washing
Yeah.
would have
A,
to
cle-
would
a
have to
cleanly, a
happen.
cleanlier Tony D'Angelo for sure.
Yeah, you'd be more washing. 100%. I'm with you there. Drizzy, I gotta go to you about this one. What's your thoughts on the state of the frickin' family?
This they're beating a dead horse. We're getting into okay, get off my screen. I enjoyed the family at first. The whole thing is it's I felt like after Stacks got that win and now the battle is more between Crucifino and Tony. You're losing. I'm being lost. And then also, where's Rizzo? We still haven't answered where Rizzo is. There's too much going. And then I also do not believe that the heritage the thing to sit there and use to try and solidify Stacks as a single star. We just like Shad just said that we have a whole North American division that's not really being used too much right now. Why not use that? And let's just go ahead and get rid of the Heritage Cup because it's only good and fun when Noam Dar has it. That's the only time we really are enjoying the Heritage Cup. Let's just let the North American and Heritage Cup get absorbed into each other, and let's
Yes.
just get rid of that
Oh,
and
Drizzy, that is the call of the day.
use the North American title to push the Stacks agenda.
100%. I'm with you there. And the absorbed into each other. Combine it, please. I loved Heritage Cup rules for a long time. I really enjoy NXT UK old content. I think it's amazing. You have some of the best wrestlers in the world. This isn't the same thing anymore. And tonight's match didn't fit the Heritage Cup style in any way. It just didn't. From a storytelling perspective, it's a lost cause is the best way I would put it. And Drizzy, I think you were spot on in that. I mean, I will say it is Tuesday night. It's Taco Tuesday. I hope everybody enjoyed the show, but that's probably going to bring us to the end. Unless we have more stuff to get off our chests. I don't know. I think we're good. Either way,
Nice.
thank you so much for tuning in. I will say I love this. Bobby B, you're the man. And I love you, Mom. But at the same time, that will bring us to the end of the show. If you haven't checked out everything else we've got going, check out Wrestling Republic Undercard. Make sure Grappling for Position, Drizzy on fire. If you have not watched that program, I don't know what you're doing.
Go
Huge
check out
mistake.
the latest. Go check out the latest episode. We ranked the new faces of the NXT Women's Division.
Absolutely. And it's off the charts. Of course, Sunday Spotlight. Everyone knows about that one. That's the three of us, all that kinds of good stuff. Make sure you check out all those episodes as well. Allison Analysis, all of the above, none of the below. We will be back the same time next week. I really don't know the times for off the air, but I do know one thing. 5:00 in Hawaii. Everybody have a great night, and we'll talk to you soon. Enjoy your Tuesday.